I lost a lot in my addiction, and today, other than just like a peace of mind, and I have this feeling of self, like I know who I am today. I have an identity of my own. My whole life, I was always trying to fit into some sort of social clique or figure out who I am, and the person I am today and the feelings I have about myself are entirely different than anything I could have ever imagined.
Being in recovery is like having two lives. My first life, unfortunately, as an alcoholic and as an addict, I was really led by the drink. I was led by the drug.
My journey started actually when I was incarcerated, and in that period of time, I found a higher power to rely on, and realized that I needed a lot of help.
And I learned how to take those steps, and I'm just so happy that I did that. It transformed my life. It's been, you've known me since the get-go. My sobriety date's October 19, 2000. Best thing I ever did. Best decision I ever made. Stay sober.
I entered a recovery program which saved my life, and here I am sitting with my wife, who's also in recovery, and our 3-year-old son, which is an absolute miracle. In our house, our beautiful home, it gives beyond anything I ever imagined in my entire life, and I'm living it with her. And look at her. I got lucky.
The gifts that I've been given because of doing the next right thing and taking, honestly, good, orderly direction.
One word.
Willingness.
At the end of my drinking, I realized I was in trouble, and I started reaching out to my friends for help. I had been exposed to 12-step recovery in the past, but at the time I wasn't convinced that I had a problem, and didn't really hear anything that was going on at that time. But when things got really bad, I reached out for help.
Patience and tolerance.
Patience and tolerance.
Acceptance.
Acceptance.
You can't save everybody.
And it's not all about me anymore.
It's very true.
I gotta say, I've become. I was the big dog in all the groups I ran with. I was the boss. I was the guy. I'm a man, but I'm not the guy anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm flexible today. It's like that one verse from the movie Dune. I must bend like a reed in the wind. I love that. I love that line, and I think about that a lot. I'm like, man, I'm flexible today. What's up with that?
Recovery to me is just really redefining your life completely and totally. That's what recovery has been for me. Completely redefining my life in every which way. My life is like beyond the mother love and beyonds. I mean, it's a big life, parts of it. Besides staying sober and going to meetings every day and really trying to help other people in all ways.
Now, I can make decisions. I can wake up in my own place. I can have a job. I've been on the job here at this automobile dealership for 28 years. 28 years. I have a wonderful family. My family came back into my life as a direct result of recovery. And lastly, and I think you know this, I enjoy life. I enjoy everything about life. So that's the best thing I can say about recovery.
I have my own place. I have a relationship that's stable today and, healthy. My son, he was lost in my addiction. He is living with my mom, and on April 20th, I'm actually getting custody of him back, and that's amazing in itself.
And I take it very seriously. And there's a lot of people in the state of New Jersey who appreciate me being in recovery.
I really like enjoying going to the beach. That's another form of meditation for me, just walking on the beach and feeling small against the large ocean. Spending time with my family, that's important to me because I wasn't invited to family functions before, and like now I'm actually invited and welcomed and trusted in their homes, and it feels really good. And then a lot of recovery fellowship events. I love them. There's so many young people in sobriety today. Sometimes I have a hard time fitting everything in because I'm really involved in giving back because people had open arms for me, so I like, giving rides to people or being there when somebody needs me, and it's really great to be accountable and responsible today.
I don't hike as much as I would like to, but I love the ocean. I love sitting by the ocean and just feeling the power. I find it difficult to translate the Bible in my mind, but I understand the theories. And it's become more obvious to me over time that power is just about everywhere I go. In nature, in my music, with my family, definitely in the rooms and the meetings that I go to. And it becomes more obvious to me over time where that power it makes itself known. Probably it's always been that way, I just didn't see it.
The God that I know today, that I learned in recovery, is one that really, really loves me, that really wants me to do my best, to do his will, her will, whatever will, to stay sober first and foremost in everything I do, so that I have clarity of mind. And that comes from the hope that I receive, coming to believe in a power greater than myself. What power? Who is the power? What is the power?
I get up in the morning and I read my daily meditations. Okay, I get centered on what keeps me out of trouble, and that's a power greater than myself.
Asking for help, putting the ego down. Every now and then there's humility, and you need to be humbled sometimes. So maintaining sobriety and recovery in our house for me is based on open, honest communication, going to meetings, reaching out to people, and letting go. And I've realized for me, when I let go of certain situations, I can be calmer, because raising a child and in this house, the children or the child, the hostility, the anger, the aggression, they pick up on that. And he is our child, so, who's two alcoholic addicts having a child, ... So we want to, have the most stable environment we possibly can, and that depends on us living and breathing our recovery, for me.
Because I know in my heart that if I'm not well, if I'm not spiritually, mentally, and physically well, I have no emotional sobriety to be able to deal with life. Every day I do something for my recovery, every single day. I have the pleasure of working with other people, and that keeps me sober. I do service work for a fellowship. That keeps me sober. And the joy in my heart and the peace in my mind is priceless.
Realizing that I don't have control anymore, and when I try to control it, honestly, it's a nightmare. Expectations, can't do it anymore. Day by day, minute by minute. No more lies today either. But basically accepting things and letting go. No need to hold on to it anymore.
Good stuff.
I think staying sober has given me the ability to really focus. I mean, Bob, when I graduated from high school in 1979, I went to college. I got through college by the skins of my teeth. I just got my transcript, and the reason why I got that transcript was because I just submitted an application to the University of Penn for their master's program in positive psychology. That speaks volumes in and of itself. I mean, that's how my life has transpired. It's just amazing that I could do something like that.
I recently started working again, and actually in the recovery field, sort of just transporting people to their therapy sessions. And that has created an opportunity where I get to share a little bit experience with people who are new to recovery. So
We're trying to live the principles in and outside of the rooms in our house, and raising our son the way that maybe we weren't raised. The things that we did or did not do, we want to make sure that we instill that in him and give him the most calm possible, stable environment that we can have. With help from other people that have been down this road in recovery couples especially.
Just to be able to find out more about myself and what I'm capable of. I really, coming into this, was discouraged because I thought because of my past and my wreckage that I wouldn't be capable of achieving a lot of things, and I've already broke those barriers. That is amazing. So I just can't wait to see what's out there and what's left to figure out.
You know, there's a way out, there's a light, there's a recovery, there's a journey of a different way of life, you know, and you're the example too, and it just give me hope that, you know, life is worthwhile to live, you know. We are on this planet one time, one shot. When I was drinking and drugging, all those kind of things, I was lost, I was unconscious, I was in that darkness. But today I found my recovery, I found light, and I enjoyed it every moment, and I didn't take anything for granted.
Just, you know, a marriage is a marriage, whether you're in or out of recovery, and it's not always easy. And yes, we do get on each other's nerves and we do argue. But the difference is now, you face it. You don't run. To communicate better and to work the differences out. And yeah, we're gonna feel. That's part of it. You feel now. You know, good, bad, and different. You feel, you pray on it, you let it go. And you try to change it and correct it. And you take the advice that's given by some. Doesn't work, you tried it. And you have to come to a middle ground. And that's what it's about.
One of the best lines I've ever heard. The good thing about recovery is you get your feelings back. The bad thing about recovery is you get your feelings back. Yeah. You love it.
Give yourself a chance. If you're thinking about a new way of life, just give yourself that chance and don't give up before the miracle happens. It's so cliche, but it's true. So many times, you know, I gave up and I didn't see it through. But this time, you know, when times got tough, I stuck it out, and it's been a life beyond my wildest dreams.